back.
So welcome to a wisdom walk with Bodhi, my beloved pup companion, and I. Welcome back if you're returning. Thanks for being here and part of the community. If you're here for the first time and not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, like us. That helps us out a lot to keep doing this kind of content. Stuff we hope makes a difference in your daily life and gives you a place to escape the noise and get real. So I had a beautiful experience in which I was with someone who basically grabbed me by the shoulders. I'm going to say that metaphorically in a way, but almost literally, and looked me directly in the eye and said 3 words, but said it with such presence. They said, "How are you?" And they really meant it. Now, there are a lot of people who say that. How you doing? What's up? What's going on? And they're asking a question, maybe to be polite, maybe they care, but they're not fully there. This person really asked, and it gave me permission to really answer. And so I'm going to take a moment and just ask those words to you listening. How are you? Really? And what I've noticed, there are many people in my life going through massive challenges right now. And those challenges can be in the form of health, trying certain remedies or medicine, or being pushed to do a procedure that they don't agree with something that persists. I have people that had planned on moving and changing their whole life to be closer to family, and then those plans are suddenly turned upside down. I've had people that are desperately seeking to know what their role is, especially during this time, and their purpose in life. And they're frustrated, and they feel like they keep trying, and they're not getting anywhere. And all these things can be challenging. And one of my mentors, beautiful mentor of mine, truly was an example of living the highest laws. He told me in his teachings, he said, everything has a spiritual purpose. You may not see it, but there is one. There's a teaching from, maybe let's call it Yeshua's secret teachings, where he's talking to one of his students, and he says, the mediator, the guide, which is the Holy Spirit, has the task of sorting out the true from the false in your mind. The difference between you and I is that I can see the bigger picture because I do not see any separation, while you still believe in the illusion of separation. And sometimes we need a reminder to, especially during the challenges, to stay connected to a bigger truth, that there is something bigger behind this whole plan. So when you stumble or have a challenge, there's something bigger. And while you're in it, it doesn't feel great. While you're in it, you feel separate. While you're in it, you don't get why it's happening. Sometimes it takes perspective to get that understanding. Einstein said, it really comes down to this. You can either look at the universe in 2 ways, as if everything is a miracle or nothing is a miracle. Byron Katie in her work says this idea is called loving what is. So today's meditation, we're going to talk about loving what is. That it is. It's there. It's in your movie. It's in your awareness. It's in your life. So you can either suffer and be in misery because you can't see the bigger picture, or you can decide that there is a bigger picture, that there's something bigger going on for you, that the universe is actually for you, that the divine is for you. So that will be the focus of our journey and our walk today. So join us on this. So today's parable story is about a great king who ran a beautiful and benevolent kingdom, loving his people, caring for them. And part of the reason he was able to do that was he had a right-hand man, an advisor. And this advisor was dear to the king because he gave such beautiful insight. He gave wise counsel. He pointed out to the king the things that the king might not see so he could be proactive and get ahead of it. He helped the king make provisions for hard times. He helped see where the king might be misguided. And for all these reasons, and this advisor had a pretty good sense of humor as well. So the king, who loved his advisor so much, went to almost everything with him and brought him almost every single place the king went. And one day the king was injured on the arm, a severe injury that hurt badly. And the pain was not going away for a few days, and it looked like it was going to take a while to heal. And the king went to his advisor and said, why has this happened to my arm? This is horrible. I hate this. I can't do the things I like to do. And the advisor told the king that this is for a reason. It's not bad, it's not good, but it is for a reason. Well, this bothered the king. Why would my arm that's so badly hurt and is prohibiting me from doing things be for a reason? And he got so upset he couldn't understand this idea. And he got so upset that he threw his advisor in the jail cell in the dungeon of the castle. And the advisor went willingly. In fact, almost happily to the jail cell. And some time passed, over a week. King was feeling a little better, but was still angry with his advisor, and he decided to go hunting. And so he took his leave. He did not have his advisor with him, so he took his horse by himself, and he went out with his bow, and he went deep into the woods at the far reaches of his kingdom to go hunting. And while he was there, he wandered in some territory he'd never been before, and was shortly overtaken by the indigenous tribe of that territory, surrounded, knocked off his horse, and was brought forcefully to the village of this tribe. It was intense, and they were preparing a giant fire, and he found out that these indigenous were in fact cannibals, as he could see from their former prizes that were in the encampment, and that he looked like he was going to be sacrificed for their enjoyment. Well, of course, this was upsetting, but there was very little he could do since he was tied and bound. The fire was being prepared, the ceremonies carried on, and song. And as they went to prepare him to put him on the fire and cook him alive, they noticed that his arm was badly injured. And these cannibals could not eat an imperfect offering. And they abruptly let him go. To the kingdom, having almost died, he had thought about his dearest friend and advisor who he'd put in jail, and he regretted his decision, for he didn't get to spend the last couple of weeks with him because he had been in jail in these horrible conditions in his dungeon. And so immediately upon return, he went down to see his friend and apologized and begged for forgiveness for putting him in jail. And his friend said, "Well, it was for a reason, my king, just as your arm was." He said, what do you mean? I just put you in the worst conditions. He said, yes, my king, but if I was with you, which I always am, on your hunting expedition, and we came across those cannibals, they would have let you go, but they would have eaten me. So everything is for a reason. So that's our parable for today. We can't always see the bigger picture. So I wish for you, in the midst of whatever challenge you might be facing, to understand there is really something greater going on. And that this too will give you something that you didn't have before, or save you from something, or help you help another. Who knows? So let's take a moment. So as Bodhi and I settle in with you by this incredibly clear lake, we sit right here on the banks of this lake that is fed by a high mountain range. And the water that bubbles up right here literally comes out of the ground at 38 degrees Fahrenheit all year long. And so as we settle in and we cross this bridge of time and space, because I believe that we are beyond time and space, even though I have made this meditation and done this meditation in a different time and space than you are right now, we're connected. We're connected through the quantum. We're connected through our consciousness, through our intent. So I welcome you. I'm with you, and I know you're with me. So as you find a comfortable position, sitting or lying down, feeling the chair, the bed, the ground underneath you, supporting you. And as you close your eyes, if that works for you now, and take a deep breath in through your nose, holding it just for a moment, and then gently exhaling through your mouth. And with each breath, feel your body begin to relax. Notice the sensation beneath you being supported. And let go of any tension in your shoulders, in your neck, in your face, in your chest. Each breath, more tension leaving you, and more fully here, listening to my voice now. So as we settle in, I want you to gently bring your mind and your attention to a situation in your life that has been particularly challenging. It may be something that feels maybe unfair, maybe painful, either emotionally or physically. Maybe it's something that's just difficult to accept. And I want you to bring it into your awareness and see if you can picture it clearly. See if you can feel the feelings. Who's involved? What emotions arise? What do you say to yourself? So just notice any resistance or judgment that comes up as you focus on this challenge. Maybe there's thoughts like, this shouldn't have happened, or this is so freaking hard, why? Or you might blame somebody. You feel like it's done to you. Or you just don't understand. You can't figure it out, you're confused. Whatever they are, just let them be there. Just allow yourself to feel the intensity of this situation. Does it frustrate you? Are you sad? Does it make you fearful? Do you judge? Do you get angry? What feelings arise within you? Just let those feelings come and go. Like waves cresting in the ocean and then falling back. Whatever happens, just move with it. So as you have that situation, I want you to just gently shift your attention to your heart. And with each breath, imagine your heart expanding, creating space for all of the difficult emotions that are coming up in you. As it expands, those emotions have more space. And let your heart be wide enough to hold all of the pain, all of the suffering. Each breath, your heart gets wider and wider until it encompasses all of it. And whisper quietly to yourself, or say to yourself in your mind, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and I accept you. I am here for you. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and I accept you. I am here for you. Breathe deeply and feel your acceptance. Feel your acceptance take hold over this situation. So what if instead of resisting this pain, fighting this pain, blaming someone for this pain, you could just love it? What if you knew this very challenge was sent to you to teach you something so important that a content life couldn't teach you? You know, you think to yourself, I want to be comfortable. I want to be content. But is that really where the learning comes from? So just imagine for a moment that this thing, this situation, this experience is a wise teacher offering you a lesson that you came to this planet as a soul to learn, that you could only learn here through this idea of suffering or challenge or obstacle. So this experience, this lesson is really a wise teacher that you wouldn't otherwise learn. And you can be starting to feel the gratitude and the thankfulness for these lessons. So as you sit with this difficult situation and you start to feel a little differently about it, you might ask yourself a different question. Like, what is this thing, this situation, this person trying to teach me? What is it truly trying to teach me? How is it shaping me? Maybe it's making you stronger, more patient, more loving. Maybe it's helping you to become more resilient. Maybe it's opening your heart to compassion, or teaching you how to let go of the control you so desperately want in your ego self. What is it here for? And maybe you don't know the answer at this moment, and that's okay. But maybe you can be grateful that there is a reason to the rhyme. So now, if you have some answers or don't, let's visualize ourselves being on the other side of this challenge. Imagine looking back on this time and having grown through it, having mastered it perhaps, having the feelings of being grateful for what it's taught you. And you see yourself wiser, more empathetic, more compassionate, and more loving as a result. You find yourself more resourceful in life, more connected to the divine. And now see yourself and allow a soft smile to form on your face as you breathe in with gratitude for this sense of growth. For we are here to create and to expand and to grow. So you know right now that you're not the same person you were before this challenge. You are more. You are deeper. You are better. And you are ready and more equipped to navigate life's uncertainties. And as you reflect on your growth, let this experience open your heart even further. This always expands out beyond you as the lesson goes deeper to others. Others that are going through their own challenges, their own suffering. Think of the many, many, many people in the world facing their own challenges right now, their own unseen and unspoken obstacles. And from your heart, send them a silent blessing. It may sound something like this. May you find peace. May you grow through your challenges. May you know that you are not alone. And feel this compassion radiating from your heart, touching others all across the world. Knowing that with each challenge we face, it deepens our empathy for another. It allows us to be kinder, more understanding, and more loving. So take a final deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel a sense of lightness and relief washing over you. Know that whatever challenges you face, you have the power to meet them with acceptance, to transform them into growth, and to turn them into love and compassion, to literally love what is. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes. And I wish for you that you carry a feeling of peace and compassion with you as you move through your day. Thank you for joining Bodhi and I on this wisdom walk and meditation. Thank you for sitting with us by the water, by the living water, as we grow and expand and deepen our journey together. Blessings to you. We'll see you next time.